another Modern Warfare 3 video. What is Dub doing? A Black Ops video and now a Modern Warfare 3 video? What's this guy doing? This is just supposed to be an NCAA and Madden channel. Come on, what's up with the diversity? I'm trying to get into playing shape, man. I'm trying to get into first-person shooter shape. Shooter shape. Say that 10 times fast. Because Halo 4 is coming out, Black Ops 2 is coming out, so I got to get good. You know, I just got to get my game down. I got to be on point so I don't look like a noob when I start playing those games. Don't worry, my NCAA fans there. You probably not even watching these videos, but there'll be some NCAA coming up this week. I just wanted to, you know, get this video up. Get it up and get it going. Also, real quick, if you want to check out my last weekend adventure down to Corvallis, Oregon, where I watched the Oregon State Beavers beat the Utah Utes, hit the upper left-hand corner. I know a lot of the NCAA fans wanted me to go to a Beaver game because you guys know that I'm a Beaver fan. So I'm a big fan of the Beavs. Beaver. Love me some Beaver. So check that out if you want to. You guys should definitely subscribe to that channel. Do it now. Like right now. But what I want to talk about this video is actually a topic that one of my favorite commentators, C Nanners, talked about a long time ago. I can't remember when. It was a really long time ago. Maybe like probably more than a year ago. But it's about tattoos. And it was pretty interesting what he had to say. I really liked it. And I like to always kind of get people's opinions on anything, you know, pretty much anything, but tattoos especially. I think it's kind of interesting to hear what people think about tattoos because, you know, there's a certain stigma to tattoos. People, you know, a lot of people, especially in my family, I grew up in like a really conservative family, and my parents aren't big tattoo fans, and my grandma hates tattoos. And the only reason why, she won't admit to it, but the only reason why is because my grandpa has a tattoo on his arm of another lady's name. That's how much of a boss my grandpa is. He's just tatting ladies' names on his arm. He's just a stud. My gramps, back in the day in the Navy, just going from port to port, just macking on chicks. My grandpa, man, an American hero. An American hero. But he does have another female's name tatted on his arm. My grandma, not a fan. Probably not a fan of her, and definitely not a fan of that tattoo. So that's the only reason I think my grandma doesn't really like him. Plus, she's old, so, you know, old people a lot of times are like, oh, tattoos, those are for hippies. But there's kind of, you know, there's the stigma with tattoos that people think that only gangsters get them or hippies or rock stars. And so, you know, a lot of people don't like tattoos, and I totally respect that. I got my first tattoo when I was 22 years old, and I guess my first tattoo and my only tattoo. I have a cross on my back with my family members' names around it, and then my last name underneath it. It has meaning to me. You know, there's meaning behind it. That's definitely a tattoo I won't ever regret. I hear a lot of people say when they're getting a tattoo, I want to get something that I won't regret, and that's definitely a good, you know, that's definitely a process you want to go through before you get a tattoo. I have a buddy who doesn't watch these videos, so I can call him out on it, but he has a tramp stamp. If you're not familiar with what a tramp stamp is, it's a tattoo right above your butt and your lower back. Chicks get them a lot of times, and they're called tramp stamps. You know, use your imagination. But they're mainly found on females, and he's a guy, and he has one. It's a koi fish. He got it when he was 18, and that's a mistake I see a lot of people make. They run out and get a tattoo. I have another friend. She doesn't, trust me, definitely doesn't watch these videos, but she has the phrase "classy biatch" tattooed on her lower back. It's another tramp stamp, and nothing spells classy biatch quite like getting classy biatch spelled on your lower back. So those are some scenarios where you're like, yeah, maybe you should have thought about that a little more, because tattoos are permanent. Yes, you can get them removed, but it's expensive and painful. And my advice to you, if you ever get a tattoo, is to think about it and make sure that you're not going to regret it ever. Well, that being said, there's a lot of people that don't like tattoos. I get it. I understand it. But my whole thing about tattoos has been, if you want a tattoo, do it. I mean, if you want to get a tattoo and you get it, you know, you can't really diss people. A lot of people are like, that's an ugly tattoo. Why would you get that? And, you know, it's not your body. It's other people's body. It's whoever's getting the tattoo's body. It's other people's body. And it's their decision. And ultimately, if you're happy with it, man, that's cool. That's do what you got to do. My old manager at my job, he was tatted up, but you couldn't see him because he always had him covered up. He didn't have any on his neck or hands or anything, so you couldn't see him anywhere. But like, basically, he had like a sleeve on each arm, and like his legs were tatted up, his like chest, everything. He had like a tiger. It was a pretty cool tattoo. He was a pretty huge dude, but like he was inked up, and You know, he kind of was the one like, you know, he's kind of the one that like enlightened me. Like, look, you know, it's your body. Do what you want to do. If you want to get tattoos, do it. And he had like buddies who were tattoo artists. Because I think once you get that many tattoos, you start to get friends who are tattoo artists. Because getting tattoos is expensive. And he actually had like he let his friends like practice tattooing like on like his on his quads and stuff, where, you know, nobody would ever see him unless he was naked. And I never got to see my manager naked, thank God. But yeah, you know, it's kind of been my whole philosophy on tattoos is if you want to do it, do it. The only thing that I would never ever do, and I don't even know if I'll ever get another tattoo. I've thought about it, because it definitely is. Once you get one, you're kind of like, man, I want another one. But you know, I definitely would never get one on my neck or on my face, and I probably wouldn't even get them below my, you know, below like my upper part of my shoulder, probably like below my bicep. I would probably never get one, just because of work and stuff. You know, I don't, and it's just because where I work at. You know, if you're in like the corporate environment, it's you know, it's inevitable. People are going to be like, oh, that guy has tattoos, and so that's just some people's mindset. You know, that if you have tattoos, you can't be trusted, or you know how it is. They think that maybe you're wild or something, and so that's why I would never get anywhere you can show. And I definitely think that holds true for the neck and face tattoos, because, and I'm not trying to dish you if you have a neck and face tattoo, but if you have a neck and face tattoo and you're not a rapper or a rock star or filthy rich and you're going to need to get a job at some point, like say you're 18, you just turned 18, you go out and get a neck tattoo, you're setting yourself up to get turned down from a lot of jobs in the future, just because older people who are more than likely probably going to be interviewing you and be responsible for hiring you for a job are going to see a neck or face tattoo and ultimately probably going to hold that against you. You could be a great person. You can be. I mean, people who have neck tattoos and face tattoos and any kind of tattoo doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means they have a tattoo. And that's what I kind of is hard with tattoos, because it's like, look, you know, just because you have a tattoo doesn't make you a bad person. But unfortunately, people are going to, you know, think negatively about you when they see the tattoos, especially the neck and face tattoo, because those are always standing out. And if you're in any sort of like customer service environment, which most businesses are, because you have to have customers to sell to, then, you know, that's going to reflect negatively. Unless you're working at a tattoo parlor, then that's obviously not going to reflect negatively. So that's like really the only thing that the only time I'd be like, man, did you really think the tattoo through? Because if you get a bad tattoo anywhere that's covered by clothes, you can cover it up. It's not that big of a deal. Although I would strongly advise anybody who gets a tattoo to fully think it through, because we've all heard the stories. There's some bad tattoos out there and people regret it, and that stays with you. That's like the clap. That's not going anywhere. So that's it, man. That's my 2 cents on tattoos. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about tattoos. I know a lot of you are younger. Maybe you're thinking about tattoos. Maybe you already have some tattoos. I don't know. Kids get crazy tattoos these days, man. I see kids that are like still in high school. I'm like, how did you get permission to get inked? And yeah, it's just crazy. I think that's it. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know what I'm saying here. But let me know in the comments. Let me know if you got tats. If you have some ink, let me know where. Within reason, let me know where the tat's at, what it is. Maybe you're thinking about getting a tattoo. I know I've thought about getting another one. I just kind of want to know, man. I'm interested in your guys' thoughts. It's one of those things that kind of intrigues me, because there's definitely like a generation gap. Like I said in my last video, there's a gap, you know, like the older generation, there's not really for tattoos, which is weird, because, you know, my grandparents are kind of against tattoos, but my grandma is. I never actually heard my grandpa say anything about it. I guess he can't really talk smack since he's got ink, you know, since he's got another female on his arm. I always give him crap about that too. I'm like, Grandpa, man, dude, did you have to do that? Did you have to do that to get the girl? Did you have to get her inked? I actually think he doesn't like to talk about it. My grandma definitely doesn't like him to talk about it. I think he had an ex-wife once, so I'm pretty sure that was her, but I don't get to hear those stories. But that's it. That's my 2 cents on the tat it up. Let me know what you guys how you guys feel about it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you got any tats, if you want to get one. Yeah, that's it. There it is. 41-12. Not the best game, but, you know, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things so I can beast in Halo and Black Ops 2. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Drop to the floor, drop to the floor, drop